I've come to notice that I was wrong about trees. Not in the sense of, like, this isn't what a pine tree looks like. This is very much what a pine tree looks like, and I'm still very proud of it, I'm gonna be honest. But more in the sense of the evergreen woods. See, I was basing a lot of this off of the Black Forest from Germany. And admittedly, there are skinnier trees in the Black Forest, but this is what I think of when I think of a, like, fantastical woodland, is this kind of thing. One, this is not nearly dense enough, and two, we run into the problem here of, how you say, oh yeah, a creeper blew that up and I didn't have the spirit to put it back together. We run into the problem here of essentially no forest is just one tree unless it's like an aspen grove. Because aspens are literally one tree. They choke out other wildlife, stuff like that. So, what I'm going to be doing, and also a forest is much more determined upon the terrain around it, like the fact that this is on a hill would hugely affect the forest. It's much more determined upon the terrain around it, rather than being determined by the trees in it. So, I learned all this, essentially, because I've been going on more walks lately, but by walks I mean hikes. I hit the wrong button again! By walks I mean hikes. And, you know, just walking through the woods, doing things. And you notice these things. You notice that, oh, well, that's a different kind of tree. That's a different kind of tree. Well, I still don't agree that all trees are gray. I do understand where the idea comes from. And now, just to make another point again, I'm not saying that B00 is wrong, alright? In fact, I love the tree that he made. It's just that whenever I look at trees, I do see brown. However, also when I look at trees, I see a lot of moss covering them, like all over. So that's a great way that I'm going to be using, or that I'm going to be putting lighting into the forest, is that I'm going to be using vines, even though I strictly hate them. That's been known since episode 2. And I'm going to be using a new farm I built. I didn't record building this farm because it was just kind of boring. But it's a simple farm that I can't remember the video I found it from. But it's super straightforward. It's an observer clock hooked up to this lever, and it's a glow lichen farm. So I can use glow lichen as a light source inside of the forest that also looks natural. So we don't have any kind of problem with theming or environment. And then along the path I can put soul lanterns and stuff like that and make that even more safe. But yeah, and there will be a path because of the fact that if you go into a woods and there's not a path, it's nearly impossible to trek through that forest. At least around where I live. Because in the places that I've gone, there is a dead slope and then there's a huge amount of trees. So I'm going to try to build that. To be fair, I live near a creek, so, you know. The problem is that the dead slope goes towards the creek, which only makes logical and rational sense. How do I get on top of you? I can't teleport because it's got snow on top of it. One. Hey! We win these. We win these. We're awesome. Alright. Do-do-do. And do-do-do. Boom. Yeah. Alright. So, we are going to probably demolish these trees. And what I'm actually going to be doing is terraforming all of this out. Hopefully today, or getting it started at least, with stuff like, including the path that leads through it, because I just want a path that goes to those mountains. It's going to be a long path, and I'm going to be using a lot of rooted, coarse, and normal dirt and dirt path to, like, get the idea of a rough and tumble, maybe some, what do you call them, forest ranger kind of came over and has plowed the way through. The forest ranger, also known as me, has come over and dug out the trench through the woodland, and then we will have the woodland going down to that side. And also, I was planning on this already, but I will be expanding out this beach and removing the sugarcane from it. That's going to happen today. But I can expand it out and have it look a little bit more beachy by having it kind of... Actually, I'm going to have it a little bit river beachy, but still beachy, because river beach, the difference between that and like ocean beach is that ocean beach has a bunch of sand, which might be more applicable actually because of the fact that we're next to, you know, the sea, but river beach has a lot more mud and is a more applicable use of these cattails here, which is a part of Vervede's 3D plants. Admittedly, also, if you're wondering, the guy that runs Vervede's plants says that you need fabulously optimized to get these. You don't. You just need continuity, which, in my opinion, is hilarious. But these might also just be used then in here, because I am going to be adding some waterworks to get a river going through here. Preferably a primary river cutting between the land from here to here. So there's going to be a primary waterway that's going to cut through like that. This is going to take some time. I shouldn't have started filming on Wednesday. I was collecting wood because I thought I was going to keep doing this, so I was deforesting until like yesterday. But I'm going to have a river going that way, and then I'm going to have one coming down from where Ripsky is going to be. I don't know how far up it's going to go, but it is going to be coming down as though it's a... What do you call it? Feeding river, I think is the name. But where the river feeds into the sea, or feeds into another river. Subsidiary. There we go. A subsidiary river. And I'm going to be having it coming from up here, but I'm just going to be mapping out the riverbeds, essentially. Oh, no. Okay. Blood moon. Good to know. I'm just going to be mapping out riverbeds, essentially, as to see where they're going to go, and then I'll lay them out later. But primarily is going to be a lot of turning this into forest land with stuff like podzol and other things. But I gotta get rid of these, and I gotta take care of a blood moon very quick. Oh yeah, that's right. In snowy biomes, undead burn even in the rain. Feel the pain, Skellyman. Alright, time to actually get working on terraforming, which does mean, unfortunately, that we have to tear these trees down. So it would be better to do this in a season that isn't winter, but we have 11 days to wait. So while like I could power through it, but the reason I'd say that it's better to do this in not winter is entirely because of the snow on the leaves. It adds a bunch of problems with taking down the trees. So maybe I will do it, maybe I won't, but I could hammock skip until we get to spring, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Beautiful. I think I might hammock skip. Yeah. Let's sleep through the rest of the season. And then let's tear down some trees. Unfortunate. Alright, so the snow's all melted. That's my shulker monster currently. It's organized, but it's a shulker monster. Gonna start plowing through this so I can get the river going, and then I'll do a bunch of stuff to it and make like a bridge, maybe. Alright, I think I've efficiently mapped this out. If we just, you know, just kind of, there we go. Looks pretty good. I think that that's a decent river, or a decent passageway. Alrighty. I think that this is good. I need to taper down the sides. But as far as a ravine for a riverbed goes, maybe a little wider at certain points, but I can adjust it when I taper it. But we got two kind of delta-looking things, so then I'm going to have a river coming from there, feeding this direction. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Alright. Finally got the water in, now we just gotta get the trench in, and then I'll dig down the walls. It's coming together. Oh, I hate the rain. It just makes everything so dark. Like, it looks pretty. It's great for atmosphere, but it makes everything so dark. Just gotta wait for all this to despawn. I'm kidding. But we actually have a nice delta here. Nicely carved out. And then a good old-fashioned 3-deep river. Which will... I'm gonna put a lot of mud in here, I'm thinking. Make it look mucky kind of thing. The ominous floating shulkers, of course. And then this needs to be opened up a little bit. So this is the next project. And then chopping down those. And gradiating it into the water. Trying to kind of make a border of where I need to, like, work. Realistically. I need to get some food before I forget and then starve. And there we go. Got a nice delta over here as well. Alright. So now we have this. And, this. Connecting the lake to the ocean. So we have the lake. Graper. And, of course, the ocean. Ugh, I'm just procrastinating, dealing with this. Ah! Ah! I sleep. If you're wondering why I'm not doing, like, replay footage of this, it's because it would just be bloat. It would really all just be bloat. It's just this. Boring, boring, boring. Get it? Because I'm boring and it's boring? I believe I've actually gotten to the point where it is necessary to start taking on the trees. Which is unfortunate, but it had to happen sometime. So I'm going to put some spare shulkers here. I don't have any space in my inventory. I'm such a messy man. Shulker. 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 Alright. Let's take these down. Highly unfortunate. At least there's only like 6 of them, so I shouldn't have to work that hard. Alright, well, that was one tree, and that took forever, and I don't feel like adding the rest of them to this, what do you call it? Time-lapse? I think? Anyways, yeah, these are just gonna get magicked away. The video's probably already pretty long, so, yeah, let's just get this out of here. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yeah, I switched locations. Okay. So, I'm leaving only this one. And I'm leaving only this one because, based on its position, I'm pretty sure this is the first one I built. So, of course, it stays here. With the smaller... What's it? I forgot to... That explains so much. The Enderman Farmer is very loud, so I turn off my audio. There we go. Ah! No. Get out of here. Bam. Okay. I'm leaving this here because it's the first one I built, so it deserves to stay here. And with the smaller trees, I should actually be able to fill out the area in front of it. And I'm planning on putting a wall in as well later. So all of that will be added, but now I can get to terraforming all of this. And I'm going to be honest, it's late. Probably going to do that tomorrow. But for now, this is the state we're at, and I'm gonna start editing together the video today, then, you know, crash, I guess. But I'm gonna grab all the shulkers first. Yeah, I used so many leaves on those other trees. It's insane. Like, not nearly as many as Scar, I don't think, in his current Redwood project. But, it's a lot of leaves. I just found this, Please say, okay, I'm recording. Just found this little cave while excavating this. It's the next day, but it's just this waterlogged cave. And it already kind of connects to the lake over here, and I think it would actually be pretty cool if we lace it into the river here. Then that would be pretty cool. The reason I'm not recording this is because even just getting this far has taken the full day. It's night now. There's definitely going to be a rush to make the thumbnail and stuff like that for this, and the full edit as well. Which will probably be a nightmare, but you know, deal with what we have. I might not even get to the full terraforming today. Gonna be honest, I might just get to the clearing out area. But yeah, this is gonna need to be, this is gonna need to have some stuff done to it. This is a stony shore though, so I might keep this as a mountain area, and then have all of this be tamed. But this needs to be tamed as well, this part of the hill. I don't know. It's still kind of a weird thing that I'm trying to conceptualize in my mind. Should have given myself a little bit more than a week to do this, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Boy, oh boy, I sure am glad that literally all of this is made out of stone, so I just have an endless supply of stone. I'm turning this, I decided, into essentially like a mountain offshoot. So like the mountain comes down, and then this is just like a big old chunk of rock that is a part of it. And I think I can do that to finish up this backside that's like way higher. Because if you look at it, this backside area with natural gen, my hand's on the wrong spot of the keyboard. This backside area with the natural world gen is way higher, and I probably should have put the river more that direction, but then I'd run into that one, which is the problem. But this is way higher, so I'm just gonna try to stonify this and make it all like, oh, it's a huge mountain area. And then have this be kind of a sheer cliff. I'm thinking really sheer. Again, I've been going on hikes, and there's a lot of places that's like, oh, that would be a I can't believe I'm saying this, but that would be a 2-block drop, or something close to it. That there's a lot of switchbacks on the place that I go, and so you look up and you're like, oh, that's got to be at least 20 feet. That's insane. And then you keep walking because you're on a hike. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to incorporate that here, and maybe I'll just do texturing in another video, but all the terraforming, hopefully all of the terraforming will be done today. Just got reminded. Bodies in the water. I'm actually out of mana? That's freaking wild. And then, lastly, hello, friendo. I have a target. Goodbye, friendo. Rock. Rock. Good rock. Ugh. Ugh. Itch. Ugh. This is taking forever. Also very glad that I didn't record this because I'm looking at the video timeline and it's already up to like 20 minutes. So I just gotta get this cleared out of the way. And then I think I'm gonna kill the video. Ugh. Alright, so there's this. All the dirt. It's be gone. That took way too long. I'm running low on time here, actually, so what I'm going to be doing this episode is trying to sculpt out this mountain here. And figure out how to get a taper just right into the water. And also, next episode I'm going to be fiddling with it even more, because I want to put the river in. The tributary river. But first of all, I gotta lower all this stone down until it's like a nicer lowland. And also figure this out so it's not like a weird rock goes to a weird rock goes to a sudden, like, dramatic slope. So let's do all that. And if you're wondering why I did this here, this isn't based on, what do you call them? Biome bounds, but it will be later. Essentially, any block here that says that it's not sparse jungle is going to go away, then I'm going to build a wall. Make it look a bit medievally. And then, reason for that being that, like, on one side it will be snow, on the other side it will be normal. Well, at least during the winter. On one side it will be spring, and on one side it will be every other season. So, over here, though, I want this to be like a nice lowland that I can fill with mud and stuff like that. And then over here, it would also make sense on this side to have, like, this all be terraced up, actually, with maybe, like, a slope going up into there. And then there's a terrace there, and then there's, like, a terrace here, just because that's what I've been doing regardless. So I'm going to sleep, and then we're going to deal with the mountain. Let us begin. You know, I might hate terraforming. I don't know. It got to a point where it was kind of peaceful. And I have all these holes now. Now. Ooh. Oh, because it's winter. Lovely. I'm going to take care of these later. This is nice. Eventually this will be a bit more like swampy but frozen, but it's cool. I think this is fine for now, though. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then let's just round this out. Ah! Ah! There we go. That's nice. And with that... One second. Okay. With that, I think that I should wrap up the episode. Because... One second. Flatten this out a bit. Yeah! There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call it before I keep fiddling with this. Immediately, I'm going to start working on... Well, immediately I'm going to start working on the edit, but... There we go. Immediately, I'm going to start working on turning this into the lowland that I want it to be. And this tree... I might... Okay. Gonna be completely honest, because it's very high up. I might get World Edit just to lower it by a set amount of blocks, and then remove World Edit. No. What is killing me? Why don't I see his health bar? Die. There we go. I might get World Edit just to lower this down and then remove it. Or I might exactly replicate this. I might exactly replicate it and try to, like, straight up just, like, drag it down. But this all needs to be terraformed into the kind of lowland area first. Hopefully I can get it done within the week. But yeah, this has been just a huge leveling and mountain making project. And if you're wondering, the reason that I made the mountain all the way down to here is just so that, you know, I don't have to, like, worry about, oh, well, I have to get to this specific height. So all of this, no matter where I stop, when it comes to the land down here, all of this looks marginally normal. Wherever I want to stop here, it's just like, oh, well, that's where the mountain be. Yeah. So, an anticlimactic, but definite ending to this. And I'm just going to say, that's it. So, thanks for watching, you know. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Safe travels, happy hunting, and Solo Deo Gloria.